Hey guys, this is your boy Tevin Rashad, and this is the 2026 Genesis GV70 Sport 3.5 Prestige. And today, to demo this vehicle, I'm going to introduce you to my honored guest, Genesis Product Specialist. Introduce yourself.
Hello there, my name is Javon Bullock. I'm going to be showing you this 2026 GV70 3.5. So we'll start the front fascia. So up front, you're going to get the the sporty design elements. This is going to be inspired by the Genesis wing logo, so it kind of has the same design language all throughout, even in the middle down here, and then the air intake vents. And then these headlights are updated for 2026, so these are going to be full LED, standard with automatic high beam function. And then just overall, it's a very cohesive design, very sporty, very athletic, very masculine. So it's a very beautiful vehicle. And then if you walk around, you're gonna notice these optional sport rims. You only get these on the 2.5 and 3.5 sport trim levels. And then these are 21-inch rims. And then on the sport appearance package, you're gonna get a little bit of a darker chrome element around the side profile. And then off to the rear design, you're gonna get this more slopey kind of roof design for a more sporty appearance. It does cut into the headspace in the cargo, but I'd rather that than something that doesn't look really appealing. So around back, full LED taillights, and then all-wheel drive is standard no matter which trim level that you get. And then 3.5, like I said, and then you're gonna have dual exhaust tips on this model as well. And then obviously a power liftgate is standard no matter which trim level that you go. And then this one's got a couple accessories in the cargo area. These seats are 60/40 folding. That one, the seats far back, but you can have a fully complete load floor for all of your items. And then under here, you do get a temporary full-size spare, so that's awesome, and you get a little bit of more storage under there. But yeah, I mean, for the class, it's a pretty good size, and then power closing as well. And then if you want to hop into the driver's seat with me. Alright, so you're going to get standard smart key access on all four doors in this particular trim level. Alright, opening it up, this is going to be the uni white on the exterior, and then obsidian black with the orange contrast piping stitching all across the dash and then the seats. And then on the Sport 3.5, you're going to get standard real carbon fiber genuine trim. So that's going to be on the door panels and the center console. It's very, very beautiful, and it contrasts nice with this orange piping on the sides. And then for 2026, you also get the upgraded Bang & Olufsen sound system. We used to use Lexicon, but Bang & Olufsen, it's used in BMW, Mercedes, Audi. It's one of the best in the business. So if you hop on in with me. Push button start is obviously going to be standard across the board.
Right.
So the biggest change for 2026 is going to be this entire massive screen. So this is going to be 27 inches in diameter. It's an OLED high definition display. All of the software behind the interface is different for 2026. So for the 2022 through 25s, that's the older design. So this is completely overhauled. It's a lot more intuitive. And then Android Auto and Apple CarPlay is going to be standard within the 26 models, completely free no matter which trim level that you get. So that's awesome. And then for that, film projection, that'll get replaced when you actually connect your Android or Apple device. And then yeah, I mean, this is pretty much just your smartphone on here pretty much. So it's just a bunch of icons, and then you can have standard map navigation, so you can set a destination with the voice commands, or you can input it manually yourself. And then this one has optional massage and driver's seat only, and you have 3 different modes, and you can change the intensity as well. So I've actually used this on a long road trip down to Delaware to deliver a car, and then it works great, so that's awesome. And then a couple quirks and features. If you hold the radio button, it's going to bring you to all of your multimedia selection. So if you hit sounds of nature, you're going to get, I think it's 14 choices of pre-downloaded kind of like therapeutic music options. So if you don't want to listen to the regular radio, or if you just want a relaxing ride, you know, this is a great option to have. I personally would use it if I had this car. So, and then down here is all of your AC climate control functions, and then you have heated and cooled seats standard in this model, and then a heated steering wheel as well. And then speaking of the steering wheel, actually, so this steering wheel is a new design for 2026. It's called a D-cut steering wheel. So it's a lot smaller in diameter versus the outgoing model. So it has a flat bottom design at the bottom, and then it's a lot better for ingress and egress out of the vehicle, because your knee shouldn't be hitting it too far, and then the steering wheel automatically goes up. That's a setting that you can have if it goes all the way up for even more ingress and egress. Like I said before, this is real carbon fiber trim that's standard on the sport models. And then down here is your drive mode selectors. And for 2026, if you push it, it gives you 3 different modes. So snow, mud, and sand. Those are all new for 2026. And that's standard no matter which trim level that you go for. And then this camera button. So you have a full 360-degree camera view, and you can have a 3D view set up as well. So you can do a whole 360 scan of what everything is around you in full time. And then you got different views, a wide angle view of the rear, up front, up top, down view. This is for towing. And then this is under your side mirror. So this is really good if you are parallel parking or in a drive-through situation like that. And then hit the home button. Wireless phone charging pad is standard in this model. And then if you look up top, you're going to notice the standard Alcantara headliner on the Sport Prestige model only. And then obviously you have the big gigantic panoramic sunroof. It is fairly darkly tinted from the factory, so it's not going to be overly hot in here, especially with this having the black interior. So that's really good. And then obviously you can open it up all the way, and it lets in a lot of light into the cabin. And then obviously you can vent it as well. And then this right here is how you access the parallel parking function. So I can be just slowly creeping forward, and it's going to look for a spot on the right side of me or the left side. And then once it finds a spot, all I have to do is just handle the brake and the gas, and then the car is going to do everything else for me. So that's pretty awesome. And then in the Sport Prestige model, you're going to have the standard heads-up display, which features literally all of the information you could possibly imagine. So it can have your miles per hour, the speed limit. When you have the adaptive cruise control on, it's going to show all of your safety features as well. So lane keep assist, steering assist, blind spot assist. And then actually if you turn on your turn signal, it's going to show me what's under my camera on the right side and then the left side as well. So if I were to turn on my turn signal and then someone's in my blind spot, the steering wheel's going to vibrate heavily, and then the car's going to beep at me to, you know, viciously let me know that there's someone in my blind spot, so I don't hit them. And then up here, right here, this is a camera that's watching your face at all times. So when you're using the adaptive cruise control, this is actually kind of like a drowsiness detector. So if I'm moving in between the lines and I'm not just, you know, paying attention, it's kind of like a drowsiness meter, and then it's going to tell me to pull over and suggest maybe a rest stop. So this is going to watch you at all times. And then if you have your phone in your hand while you're driving, it'll also tell you to keep your eyes on the road as well. And then that's about it for the front. In the back seat, obviously these seats fold in a 60/40 manner, and then you have manual sunshades for both of the rear windows, and then more of that carbon fiber accent trimming. And then in the Sport Prestige model, you're going to get standard tri-zone automatic climate control. So if I hit auto, it will just turn on the AC depending on the outside temperature. It's 75 degrees in Merlin right now, so it's pretty hot, so it's going to keep the air blasting. And then you have optional heated seats for the outboard occupants. And then, yeah, you can have a completely different temperature from the seating up front as well. So everyone in this car can get comfortable if they needed to. And then you can also move the passenger seat up forward if you would like a little bit more room for the rear seats. And then
it's pretty spacious back here.
Yeah.
plenty of legroom back here.
Yeah, plenty.
I like the ambient lighting all the way in the back.
Oh yeah, you get 64 different colors of ambient lighting in this car, no matter what trim level that you go for. And then it's gonna go all throughout. It's kind of like a following line, so it's gonna wrap all around the door panels, in between the center console, and then in the footwells, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah.
What is your favorite feature of the 2026 GV70?
My favorite feature, definitely on the 3.5, the sport model is definitely launch control. So all you gotta do is just put the vehicle in Sport Plus, turn off the traction control, hold it down. You're gonna hear a beep. I might have to beep her up.
Sport Plus normally I think turns it off.
Oh, it turns it off automatically. Okay,
Yeah.
so all you have to do is just we'll mash the brake pedal and then mash the accelerator, and then it's going to say launch ready in the dash. I can't do it here because we are not in a good territory at the moment, but it works great. It literally feels like a ride, like a roller coaster, so it's amazing. And then yeah, was I missing anything else?
You know, the only other thing that I would say that I would one of my other favorite features that's not up front in the back is the smart liftgate that has
yeah, that is so helpful, and I think that comes standard no matter what trim level that you get.
Yeah, you can even adjust the height on it.
Yeah, so when it hits setup, okay, so hit setup, go to vehicle, scroll all the way down to liftgate, door/liftgate, I'm sorry. And then you can adjust the power liftgate opening. So if you want to add a fast or standard setting, and then it actually gives you a display of how fast it can open and close. And then you can go to height, and then you can either add full volume or just look from level 1 to 3. Or if you actually hold the power trunk closing button on the rear, you can actually set it to a programmable height by yourself. So if your garage is very small, you can just adjust it yourself instead of having to pick one of these 3 different levels. So that's actually pretty cool. Yep, smart liftgate. So as long as the vehicle is locked when you're approaching the vehicle, if you have your hands full, let's say you're at Walmart, all you have to do is just stand behind the vehicle for approximately 3 seconds, and then on the 4th second, it's going to automatically open up the tailgate. You don't have to push any buttons. You don't have to wave your foot under it at all. It's completely hands-free. So that's probably the most convenient features in the car in this day and age. So that comes standard on every model.
Oh, can you show them how to engage the smart park from the outside with the remote?
Absolutely, yeah.
There's plenty of room back here for tall people.
Alright, so first things first, you're going to look at the key fob. So all of your buttons are going to be on the side. So this is what it looks like. So lock, unlock, trunk hold, panic, flip it on over. This is your remote start button. And this is the, what was it called?
Smart park.
Smart park feature. So all you have to do is first lock the vehicle, you're going to hear a beep, and then quickly flip it over to remote started. Alright, so for this demonstration, I'm going to move the vehicle forward, so all I have to do is just hit the arrow pointing in that direction. It's going to automatically put the vehicle in drive, and then it's going to automatically activate all the parking sensors, so up front and in the rear. So completely moving by itself. It only goes forward and backward. It's not going to go around curves, but if the car detects that you're going to hit anyone or an object, it's going to stop automatically, and I'll demonstrate that as such. And then when the hazards are blinking, I think there's like a 30-second bypass.
Yep.
If I'm not mistaken. So
Yep.
You might have to wait. Oh nope, never mind. All right, so I'm going to put it to the test. So,
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
That confidence
you're
not
brave.
me, so.
You're brave.
Yep, that was not me. The car did it fully automatically. I would say I have maybe I don't know, how much would that be?
I would say at least 2 feet.
2 feet?
Yeah.
For sure. So, like I said, active sensors in the front and the rear, so it's never going to hit anything or anyone, so you don't have to worry about that. So,
Put the cherry on top. What is the warranty?
warranty. So with these vehicles, you're going to get a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, and then a 5-year, 60 comprehensive warranty as well. And then also you get 3 years worth of free maintenance for the vehicle. So that's
Not for 2026.
Not for 26?
No, concierge though.
Concierge?
Yeah, they
That's
took it.
That's a buzzkill.
Yeah.
All right, well, you heard it from the man himself. So on the concierge service, so what is the free, so no more free maintenance for 2026?
No, there's no more free maintenance. However, you will still get the 3-year, 36,000-mile concierge where Genesis will pick up the car from your home or your
Yeah,
office.
that's good. That's good.
But they do offer competitive maintenance packages as well. What are your thoughts about the new fascia for the 2026 model?
I really think that they just enhanced the overall design language even better for the 26 model year. It looks so much better than what it used to be. And it's only going to get better from here. So,
well, I want to thank my honored guest, product specialist, Mr. Javon.
Not a problem. Glad to
Yeah, I
help
really
you guys
appreciate you.
out. Of course.
Guys, if you like this 2026 Genesis GV70, please click that thumbs up and make sure you hit up your boy Tevin or your boy Javon. See you later, guys.